Here's Precalculus Concept 2a. Under arithmetic sequences, we're going to find the common difference for an arithmetic sequence, and there's 3 boxes. So let's begin. The first idea we want to talk about is trying to understand what the heck an arithmetic sequence even is. So consider this following sequence right here. I have the number 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, ... So besides the fact that these are all odd numbers, is there anything else that you notice in particular about this sequence? Well, hopefully you noticed that between each of the terms of the sequence, there is a common difference. So as an example, between the first term and the second term, so if I call this a sub 1, I call this a sub 2, a sub 3 the third term, a sub 4, a sub 5, and so on, and then I would have to add 2 to get to there. To get from the second to the third one, again, I would add 2, third to the fourth, again, I would add 2, and I would add 2, and so on and so forth. So the way that we define an arithmetic sequence is a sequence that has a common difference. So let's write that down. It is a sequence that has a common difference. Okay, and the common difference is what we call lowercase d in this case. So how do I know this? Well, pick any term you want. Let's pick the fourth term. The fourth term is 9, and subtract off the term before it, which is the number 7. Of course, I get 2. Let's say I pick the second term. Subtract off the term before it, so 5 minus 3 is 2. So the fact that that number is common gives me the fact that I have an arithmetic sequence. You'll also note that an arithmetic sequence is recursive. It is recursive. Okay, so what I mean by that is to get the very next term, a sub n plus 1, the next term is just the term before it, which is a sub n plus whatever that common difference is. So an arithmetic sequence, it is recursive, right? So as an example, to get the second term, I took the previous term and I added 2. To get the third term, I took the previous term and I added 2. To get the fourth term, I took the previous term and I added 2. That's what this means right down here, so it is recursive. Okay, box number 2 is an example. It wants us to write the first 5 terms of the arithmetic sequence and find the common difference. Okay, so we're going to set ourselves up for success. So I want a sub 1, I want a sub 2, I want a sub 3, a sub 4, and then a sub 5. It wants the first 5 terms of that arithmetic sequence. So to get the first term, a sub 1, I simply just plug a 1 right there. So this is going to be 3 times 1. I'm going to add 5. That is the number 8. To get the second term, I'm going to go 3 times 2 and add 5. 3 times 2 is 9, and 5 make 14. The third term, I'm going to go 3 times 3, and then I'm going to add, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 and 5 make 11, sorry. 3 times 3 is 9, and then plus the 5, so that's going to give me 14. There's my 14. Sorry about that, guys. The fourth term, I'm going to do 3 times 4 and add 5. That's 12, and 5 makes 17. And then for the fifth term, I'm going to do 3 times 5 and add 5. That's 15, and 5 make a grand total of 20. So there are the first 5 terms, and the common difference in this case should be the number 3. So if I took any term that I want and I subtract off the term before it, I would get a value of 3. Pick this term, subtract that, I would get a value of 3. Pick this term, subtract that, a value of 3. Pick that term and subtract the one before it, I'll get a value of 3. So the common difference in here is the number 3. Okay, box number 3 is a U-try. It says, which of the following are arithmetic? And for the ones that are arithmetic, find the common difference. So A, B, or C. Which ones are arithmetic, and find the common difference. Hopefully you got the right answer. A is arithmetic, and the difference is 1. B is an arithmetic sequence, and the difference is -2. And in part C, that is definitely not an arithmetic sequence, because if I pick any term and subtract off the one before it, I get a value of 1. But if I pick this term and subtract off the term before it, I get a value of 8. And those are not the same. Therefore, C was not arithmetic.